This question came from the Chapter 3 review, but it would also likely be located in Section 312 near the end of Chapter 3. Our goal here is to solve a logarithmic equation. And just like when I solve an exponential equation or a logarithmic equation, the first thing I need to do is to isolate the logarithm. So I'm going to need to divide this 3 off. So we will divide both sides by 3. I can't space out in this particular piece of software, but I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And so I would get the log by itself, and when I divide the 3 off on the other side, I'll get 1/3 on that side. And that puts the logarithm by itself. Once you have a logarithm by itself, you're ready to use the inverse property and switch this into exponential form. So I'm going to switch this into exponential form. I'm going to start with the base of the logarithm. And so the base of the logarithm, I don't see as a number right here. There's no number showing up in the bottom corner of the G for the base of the logarithm. So it's got to be 10. Common logarithm, the base does not necessarily need to be shown. So the base of this logarithm is 10. So 10 is also going to be the base of the exponential function for the inverse. And their inverse is, so the output of the logarithm becomes the input of the exponential. Remember, the answer to the logarithm is the power of your exponential. So I have 10 to the 1/3. Then the argument of our logarithm is the answer to the exponential. So 10 to the 1/3 equals 7x minus 1. And I can enter 10 to the 1/3 into my calculator if I want, but they mentioned not to round until the final answer. So I can also continue a few steps here, solving for x. I know to get x by itself, the next step would be to add this 1 to both sides. So we'll have our 10 to the 1/3 plus 1. And then that would equal 7x. And then our next step would be to divide by 7 to get x by itself. So if I divide by 7, I'll have the 10 to the 1/3 plus 1 over 7 equals x. So I can write in them. I can divide by 7 step right there. So divide by 7. And so at that point, I would take the 10 to the 1/3 plus 1 divided by 7. I would put that into decimals. And 10 to the 1/3 plus 1 divided by 7 comes out as 0.4506. They asked me to round it to 2 places, so if I copy that over here, it was 0.450, so 0.45 rounded the nearest 10th, actually, not 100th. So actually 0.45 rounds to 0.5, the nearest 10th. I thought it was going to be 2 places there, and so we can see that's what we needed.